Oh, hello there. Sorry about that. Good evening. I was just thinking about Spanish and how awesome it is. And so today, my class, we're going to learn about the future tense regular. So basically, in order, like future tense, you're going to say something that's going to happen in the future, just kind of like in English, you know, regular, talking like. So when you're conjugating the future tense in Spanish, you want to have your infinitive, like for example, we have beber, to drink. You want to keep that, you don't want to chop off the ending, you want to keep the word intact. So beber, you want to keep the stem on when you conjugate it, and then you're going to add one of these endings based on, according to the subject of the sentence. So like if it's I drink, you would have beber, and then a. And then that's how you be your future tense. I don't get paid enough to do this. Alright, just kidding. I just got a bonus, so I'm back to teach you little kids. Alright, so now back to our conjugations. You're adding on to the ending. You're not your conjugations, but just your ending. You're adding on to the word. First person singular, we have a. Second person singular, we have as. Third person singular, we have a. First person plural, we have amos. Third person plural, we have on. Now say it after me. A. As.
As.
Amos.
Emos.
On.
On.
Alright, now that we have that, I'm going to show you some example problems. So if we have a sentence, for example, we drink the milk, which is very good for you. We will have beberimos la leche. You have your word, your infinitive, beber, and then you have your ending of the, according to your subject, we have your first person plural, which is amos, and then you have your subject, the rest of the sentence, la leche. Beberimos la leche. And now we have another example sentence, I will shower. What's tricky about this one is shower is a reflexive verb. So you have to take your ending of a reflexive verb and conjugate it to your subject, which is I, which is first person singular. So you'll have me duchare, and you still have your infinitive and your ending according to your subject. And that is all you need to know for future tense regular. Alright, I'm back, cool, whatever, hate my job. So now I'm going to teach you the future tense irregular. Basically, it's the same as the future tense, and if you can't pick up on that, well, you have no hope. So basically, these are our irregular conjugated words in the future tense, and as you can see, they will always stay the same like this. These are the irregular words, and as you can see, we have translated as to what these words mean for you. So basically, when you make your sentences, translations are right there. So basically, you take the ending, you take this word, whatever the irregular word, and you use the same ending as the future tense regular. It's just the same word, or the same way to do it. The only difference is you're just using these irregular conjugations. Alright, so we have salir. An example sentence we have is, you will leave the house. And salir, to leave, is an irregular conjugation, which is salder. And then, so when you conjugate that to leave the house, you use the irregular conjugations, and then you use the ending of the word according to your subject, which is you, which is first person, second person singular, sorry, my bad. And that will be your ending os, and then you'll have saldras la casa. And that's how you conjugate in the future tense irregular.
Alright, now that guy's out of here, we're learning the conditional tense, okay? It's infinitive plus ending. Now, this can be confused with the imperfect because you do just the stem plus the ending, as you can see. And in conditional tense, so funny, Greg. Alright, chill out. Now, to get back to where I was. The conditional tense is the whole infinitive plus the ending, unlike imperfect. Now the conjugations for this is ia, ias, ia, don't get those confused, iamos, and eon. Now, here's a little example sentence. I would eat tacos. I know we know that one person that likes tacos. Okay? Now you take your infinitive, which is comer, which is to eat, clearly, and you add your ending on it, which is ia. And now you got comeria, tacos. And that's all we got for today.
Can't believe I'm teaching these kids. Alright, so now we're going to learn the present perfect. It's our next field of study. And so the first thing, whenever you're trying to conjugate something in the present perfect, is you have to conjugate aber in the present tense. As you can see, we have done that for you here. Your first person singular is a, your second person singular is as, third person singular is a, and then your first person plural is amos, and then your third person plural is on. And then after you conjugate aber in the present tense, you want to then construct the past participle, and basically what that means is if you have a verb ending in AR, you want to take the AR ending off and add auto, or if you have a verb ending in ER or IR, you take that ending off and you add edo. And then we will show you some examples here in a moment. You guys ready? You guys ready to do some practice? All right. We got our present perfect practice. So some example sentences we have done for you in the present perfect is I have studied. So we conjugated aber according to our subject, which is first person singular, which is a, and then we took our verb, we chopped off the er ending, and we added our past participle, which is auto. So I have studied would be he estudiado. And then another example sentence we have is he has written a letter.
Where are you? Sincerely, Inspector Sorpresa.
So we have taken our aber, we have conjugated it. First, third person singular, which is a. We have taken our verb, which is written, which would be escrito.
Alright, now, moving from present perfect to past perfect. First thing you do, you conjugate aber in imperfect tense. And your conjugations are abia, abias, abia, abiamos, and abian. And notice that all the I's in the endings have accent marks on them. Don't forget that. And the second thing you do, just like the present perfect, you conjugate or you construct the past participle by taking your infinitive and for whatever ending it has, you chop that off, and for AR you add ado, and for IR or ER you add edo. And just a little example, I had sold the house. Now, you get your conjugation of aber, which is abia, and then had sold, or sold is vendido, because you chop off the IR or ER and put edo, and then la casa, había vendido la casa. Okay, now the irregulars in the present and past perfect. These are the irregular past participles. All of these start, all the letters V, V, F, R, E, D, C, H, A, and P stand for VV Fredchamp. And as you can see, all the words down here go with that. Now there's two that are normally regular verbs, which is abrir and escribir. Now don't get those confused, okay? We'll see you next time. Okay. Back. And now for a couple more examples. First one, I had written a letter. Now notice, to write is escribir, which is an irregular past participle part of E.V. Fredchamp. So, what you do is, you'd conjugate that to había, or había, escrito, which is written, una carta, which is a letter. Había escrito una carta. And the second one, you had run a mile. Now you conjugate haber to you, or in the you form. It's habías is you had, corrido to run, una milla, which is a mile. Habías corrido una milla. Now that you got a pretty good idea of that, let's have you do some practice.